Aloha, welcome to this video. My name is Motivational Micah. Today I'm going to be talking about how I've been fucking up lately. So as you guys have noticed, I haven't been making those daily videos like I used to be doing and like I've been doing for quite a while. Main reason being I made my highest priority lately smoking pot. I've had a lot of experience smoking pot. I started when I was 16. So in this video I want to kind of talk about the pros and the cons and my experience with marijuana addiction. Basically, I started when I was 16 and I pretty quickly got deep into smoking. I loved it almost instantly. I had certain friends that enjoyed it and hung out with them, and I really loved the feeling, the deep thoughts, the conversations, and just that bonding factor that I had when I was going through high school. In college, I definitely kind of stepped things up a little bit. That's when I first started smoking marijuana with tobacco. And that's where things really started to change because it started to become a lot more addictive. It started to be like the first thing I would do when I'd wake up and the last thing I would do before I go to bed. And I really was in that for a long time, years and years after college. Got back home and I wasn't really doing much, and I was just smoking all the time. And so I decided I wanted to go sober, and I actually went 500 days sober at the age of 21, and I'm 23 now. And I'll go through these phases where I'll get really stony again and really falling in love with it, and then I'll find new priorities, and I kind of find whatever it is that's my biggest priority, whether it's video games, Netflix, smoking weed, whatever it is. Those biggest distractions will be my biggest focus. That'll be what I care most about. If I really want to play Xbox, I'll make it happen. If I really want to smoke, I'll make it happen. And so that's pretty much what's been happening with me lately. Past 2-3 weeks I've been smoking pretty much every day. If I'm working, I'll be sober and I'll work, but the vast majority of the time lately in the past 2 to 3 weeks has been under the influence or high. And for me, it's been a bit challenging because what I'll always do is, tomorrow I'll clean the house, tomorrow I'll stay sober, tomorrow I won't smoke. And I keep lying to myself, and then tomorrow is today, and tomorrow is today, and tomorrow is today. And today was actually the first day that I didn't smoke all day. I cleaned my house, I was productive. This is my first video in a couple days, and I'm doing my best to get on the ball again. But for a long time, I've just been wasting time, and all the evidence is there throughout my other videos. I've talked a lot about wasting time and how much it irritates me, but how much I love it because I still do it anyways. I think for me the pros and cons to marijuana are an important factor to look at, and this is my experience, this is my thoughts, this is my perspective. So there are other pros, other cons that I might not mention or might not bring up, but for me, the pros have always been that it gives me an altered thinking space, an altered place to think new thoughts, to come up with new ideas, to experience some euphoric or insightful thoughts. I love the freedom to think. I love the meditative sort of calming, relaxing bliss. It really makes me appreciate the things around me. It can enhance experiences, like eating or going out swimming or whatever it is, going on a hike. It can enhance the experience. It can make it brighter, it can make it more beautiful, and it's really given me a lot of gratitude and appreciation. It's definitely altered my perspectives. It's given me new ways to think about certain topics. I like to think big picture, big ideas, universal scale, and I really like that freedom. It really allows a lot more freedom of thought. It's a new mental space to play in, and it's very grounding too. I feel very connected with the plants, the animals, with nature, while I'm high, while I'm under the influence of marijuana. I think it's definitely a great drug in comparison to all the other drugs out there. It's definitely one of the safest. You can't OD on it, and it's something that gives you something. Like if you drink alcohol, you don't get too much out of it. You might end up in a bar fight, you might end up with a random stranger in your bed the next morning, but alcohol doesn't give you that same sort of result. Like you'll get something from smoking, you'll get new ideas, new thoughts. Your whole perspective on life could change just from one experience, just from one time getting high. And I just really love that depth of thought that marijuana allows me to experience. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's very safe, very healthy, very freeing. And I do know that it's helping a lot of people. It's an actual medicine. It comes from the ground. It's a plant. It's natural. And it's very, very helpful for a lot of people with a lot of different problems. But the cons for me are I will feel very unmotivated. Certain points I'll get a very euphoric thought or a very insightful idea, and I'll be like, oh, really passionate about that idea, that vision, and then I'll try to manifest it or write stuff down or type things out. And that can be a really beautiful side to it, but then it's kind of like it comes with other aspects. I've noticed I'll have a hard time writing down my thoughts or explaining my thoughts, or if I'm recording my thoughts, I do have a hard time getting those thoughts onto paper. I'll have this amazing idea, but the implementation of that idea can be difficult. Sometimes I'll feel dumb or slow or just like unwilling to do anything. I think for me it promotes a lot of laziness. I like more of the indicas. I like more of the relaxing in the chair, relaxing at the beach, being very calm and meditative and appreciating the feeling of this experience. But the cons for me are that it can be addictive, and when I get addicted to something, when I prioritize something, it's almost like I don't care about anything else, which is strange, which might be normal, I don't know, but it's just something I've noticed for myself. If Xbox is my priority, Netflix, whatever it is, whatever I focus on, all things get pushed aside. So I've been living in a house that's been really messy. I have not been eating healthy food. I have not been working the way I used to work. I actually had negative $45 in my bank account a couple days ago, just paying my bills and stuff. So 23 years old, still getting high, still broke. And I feel like I've been fucking up lately, but I want to own it. I've had a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety about these days where, I'm smoking and I'm not making my video, and I'm choosing to not make my video because I don't want to make a video where I'm high or I just sound stupid or I can't articulate my thoughts very well. And I just have that fear and that anxiety of other people judging me, and to be honest, no one cares. I don't really care how other people see me because I know who I am. And I'm still learning who I am. I know where I'm at now, and I know that I have problems. I know that I can make improvements. I know that I can be a better me tomorrow than I am today versus yesterday. And I know I have this growth. I know I have the potential, but this is where I'm at now, and I need to be honest. I've been smoking a lot of weed. I've not been focused on my videos. I've been not trying my hardest in life. I've just been existing. And I did mention in the other video that I've been kind of trying not to exist. You know, smoking a lot of weed just kind of allows me to escape from existing on some level. You know, I have all this memory loss. That's a big con. That's a big con to marijuana. You know, just thinking, you know, back to 16, 17, 18, you know, those 5 years ago. I have a hard time remembering that just because of all the weed I've smoked throughout the years. I could not tell you what I did 3 days ago or 4 days ago. The memory is a big hindrance in my life when I get too high or when I get too focused on getting high. And there's more pros, there's more cons. I do think it's important to mention that marijuana can be addictive. It's been addictive for me, just more of like an emotional thing. Certain times at certain points in my life, I've gone through like a withdrawal of sorts where when I combine the weed and the tobacco, it makes it more of like a physically addictive thing where I'll wake up with like a morning sickness and need the right bowl, need the right amount of weed and tobacco in order to make me feel okay. And that's something I've noticed that's been strange, or something that I wanted to fix, is like not being okay in the present, not being okay sober. Like I need to get high to be okay. That's where I think you start making bigger issues of something that wasn't that much of an issue in the first place. You know, I realize I'm rambling a lot, and I'm sorry for that. But I needed to make this video. This is probably like my 10th take of this topic. I've not been able to articulate it well. I just wanted to be honest. I've been broke, been getting high, I've been lazy, haven't been making my videos. Still just not really giving it that full effort. Not even giving it like half effort. So I know I got my things I need to work on. I'm willing to work on them, and I'm willing to be honest about where I'm at now. You know, it is what it is, but I love you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you. I wish you the best in this life. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I hope you just make the most of your experience and live your life to the fullest and try to become the best version of yourself you can be. So with that, much love, much aloha. Thank you for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful life. Aloha. Mahalo.